Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. This is your host, ID Jester. We're going to be playing a game called Keeper RL. So it's a roguelike based on the old Dungeon Keeper games, where you're going to be building dungeons, trying to attract your minions to get more powerful so you can go and attack other people's dungeons and take over their areas. There's some RPG elements with this and some really cool ideas and stuff. It is a roguelike, so obviously, it is in development on the Steam. Again, this game is called Keeper RL if you want to look it up. And Steam, it is in early access. We are only in version 20. This is only version 20 of the game, so very early access. So with that said, just keep in mind some things may not be functioning. There be things that are missing from the game, and of course, this is not a finished product at this point. It does come with music, I should say. It does come with music and sound effects, which you can turn on or off. I have turned the music off because there is no volume slider on these, so I think it's going to be a little intense sound-wise with the music on. You won't be able to hear me, and I do have the sound effects on, but we'll have to see if we might need to turn these off. Eventually, they'll get sliders, hopefully, so you can adjust your volume and your sound effects. So just keep that in mind. The other super cool thing about Keeper RL is that you can actually purchase this game on Steam, as I mentioned, with early access. But you can also go to the developer's website and download this game for free, the full version. Now the difference is the version that comes on Steam comes with graphics and sound effects and music and all that. If you download the free version, it doesn't come with graphics, sound, or um, music. So just keep that in mind. And of course, we want to support our indie developers in creating great games. So I purchased this early access on Steam. So you can see right now, kind of bare bones here. We're going to play a game. And you can load a single map, you can load a game, you can go back. We're going to play the campaign. There are two basically different versions. There's Keeper, which is where you start, very similar to Dungeon Keeper. And Adventure is more, I guess, and I haven't played Adventure, so apologize for that, but it's more of an RPG type adventure as opposed to like the old Dungeon Keeper system. We might try that eventually. I'm not sure this is as fleshed out as the Keeper version is. So that's what we're going to kind of focus in on this video is the Keeper version. So here's your world name and your keeper's name and how many main villains you have and lesser villains and how many allies. And you can adjust these up and down. So if I want more main villains, actually I can't go higher than 4. It looks like 4 is the most there, but we can add in more lesser villains. We can go up to 6, it looks like, in that. And every time you make changes, you notice it randomly rolls a new map for you. So just keep that in mind. If you see something you want, then you don't want to make changes. And of course, allies as well. And then you can add in retired dungeons as well. And these are, I believe, dungeons that other people had created and saved that you can then play. So if we just scroll through the list, you can kind of see. Looks like some level 19 orcs. Uh, Here's some 10 bed. Looks like just a level 11 hero and some imps, so not very much in that dungeon. Here's a level 7 with some imps. So the first number here is the number of times this dungeon's been conquered and how many times it's been loaded. So out of 14 people, 13 people have conquered this dungeon. So pretty easy. So if you want a nice easy dungeon, you can add that one in. If you want something hard, obviously here's the level 28, level 25, level 22. That looks pretty darn tough. Um, this is Thief 2. So we'll load that in because it looks, pretty easy for our first game. We don't want to get too crazy. And of course, we could add in another one if we wanted to. So we'll add in another one. We'll add in 10 bed. 10 bed. So let's see how that goes. We added in a couple there. So now what we have to do is we have to position our dungeon. Where are we going to start the game? So if we click on there, it's going to highlight several things. So what it's going to do is it's going to calculate the 3 closest enemies to you, and it's going to highlight them in red. And then if you happen to have an ally within that, it'll also highlight that. So you can see here, if we decide to build our dungeon here, we're going to have Dryads, which is a lesser villain. We're going to have 10 beds, which is hostile, and we're going to have elves, and they are the main villain. And we would have our gnome allies as well. We can re-roll the map, so you can see I can just click on this a bunch of times. It's just going to randomly re-roll things, and looks like it put both of the dungeons over here. We have hydras, we have greenskins, which basically orcs. We got bandits, we got lizardmen, we have knights, we have a gnome ally over there. So obviously click on here. The closest enemies are lizardmen, which are main villain, bandits, which are a lesser villain, knights, which are a main villain. So main villains are obviously a lot tougher. You know what? We have way too many main villains on there. Let's add in more lessers and get rid of the mains. So 2 mains and 4 lessers sounds good. Let's re-roll a couple times here. There we go. So we have a Cyclops, Greenskin, Thief, Bandits, 10 beds, Tree Spirits. Nah, I don't like that one. Let's try again here. Yeah, I don't like the look of that one. There's Dark Elves as an ally there. So if we go there, we would get Dryads, we would have our Thief dungeon, and we would have Giant Spiders, and we would have our Dark Elves. So basically what this represents is when these units or these areas will build up, and then they'll send out raiding parties. So you can be expected to get attacked by spiders or thieves or, well, this is the dungeon, or dryads. And the dark elves, we can go over there and try and recruit some of them as well. So this looks okay. So we're going to confirm this. And we're going to download the other ones, which takes literally like half a second. Not very long at all. And now it's auto-generating our map. So Warlock, you are dabbling in the dark arts. Tad, I see. Welcome to the Valley of Zendika, where you have to do what you can to keep yourself together, build rooms, storage units, and workshops to endorse your minions. The only way to go forward in this world is to destroy the ones who oppose you. Use a mouse to dig in the mountain. You can select rectangular areas using the shift key. You will need access to trees, iron, stone, and gold. Build rooms and traps to prepare for war. You can control a minion anytime by clicking on them and clicking on the minion tab or the map. Alright, so we're going to dismiss that, and first thing we're going to do is literally put it on pause. So there's tabs up here in the top left-hand corner that'll allow you to do certain things. Let's just close. There's our map, just in case you forget. So this is kind of like a question and answer thing. So right-click on minion, what does that do, and stuff like that. This kind of shows you the overworld, what you've conquered and what you need to do yet. So you can see here we have 0 of 2 main villages conquered. Blah, 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 blah. You can look down the list. This will be things that we'll look at here in a little bit, but these are different areas that you're going to create in your dungeon. And then here's your kind of your highlight of your team right now. We have one keeper, which is actually us, which is this character right there, Eggborough the Keeper. So we'll Eggborough the Keeper, and we have 4 imps. So these are going to be our workers. Okay, so we have 4 of those, and we have ourselves, and now we have to find an area that we want to start our dungeon. And then, of course, you have a bunch of different things we're going to look at here in just a second. Down here on the bottom is your different resources. So we start with 20 mana, and then this is granite. We also have steel, we also have iron, we have wood, and we have gold. And all these will come into play. Like, for example, if I want to build a library, I need to have 80 wood. So we have 0 wood. We need to get a little imps to go out and chop down trees or whatever. So that's pretty much how that works. All right. What else do I need to tell you? That's pretty much it. Mini map up here in the top right-hand corner. And what we want to do here is, can we rename? Yes, we can rename them. Ah, there we go. Wasn't sure about that. We're going to be ID Jester. Thank you. We just hit enter, right? So ID Jester the Keeper. There we go. So we're level 5, and here is our attack. This is how it affects how much damage will be dealt. This goes for all creatures, by the way, I believe. Defense affects how much damage is taken. This is your strength, which affects the values of your attack's defense and carrying capacity. Your dexterity, which affects the values of melee and range accuracy. This is our total accuracy, and this is our speed. So most creatures have a speed of like 100, and then you'll find creatures that are like really fast, like say ravens and bats are really fast, and then you'll find really slow creatures, such as like zombies and stuff like that. So, you know, if I've got a speed of 100 and the enemy has a speed of 100, if the enemy's over here and I'm over here, I'll never catch him because we have the same amount of speed. So there's something to keep in mind. All right, so what we have to do here in the beginning of the game is just, we'll unpause it here, and we can take control of our dude. So now we have a yellow circle around him. And what we're doing at this point is just kind of searching around to see what might be a good area to explore. And looks like we got quite a big area here. There'll be other people in our areas, like that have already started caves and dungeons and stuff. So this isn't too bad. We got a nice big area. What I think we'll do is we'll put it up here in the corner. There we go. All right, so we will unpossess our creature. We just hit the U key. We're no longer in control of them, and we get access to our build menus again. So we're just going to click on the dig or cut option, and what we're going to do is we're going to tell them to come in a few spaces like that, and then we're actually, and then we're going to come down like this, and then we're going to come down like this. And I take it off unpause, and our little minions to go to town. Look at them go. Excellent. And I'm thinking we're going to do something like that as well. Alright, so what we're going to do here in our first is we're going to create a room. That's a crazy little room, but we're going to do it like that, I guess. We'll do this one as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this our storage area. So we're going to have 2 different kinds of storage. We're going to have resources, which are going to be your gold, wood, stone, steel, granite. Mana is not, I don't believe it's something like that. So all we have to do is say, okay, this is our resource area, and we're just click and drag, and any resources the minions get will go into that area. So I can right click to get rid of that. So first thing we're going to pick up is we're going to tell them to come down here. and digger cut, and we're going to cut out all of these trees. And what they'll do is they'll cut them down, and then they'll pick them up, and they'll huff them back over to our area over there. I'm going to put it on pause because something else we need to do right away is we need to get our, build it way back over here. And we're going to have an, oh, keep clicking on that. That's horrible. Let's try again. There we go. And we're going to have a room way back here. Oh, you have to shift click. That's right. And what this room is going to be is, I'm going to take it off pause so they can get busy doing it, is this is going to be our library. So our library is going to generate mana for us if we have creatures that will actually study at the library. So you can see this little dude's up here doing his thing. All right, next thing we're going to do is dig or cut. We're going to come this way, and I got to remember to do the shift button. That would help. All right, and this one we're going to make storage. We're going to make this equipment. So any equipment we find will go into this area here. Excellent. So if we find equipment or build equipment, which we will do. All right, so we can see we got 40 wood here. Or 40 wood. We got some wood here. We have 555 wood, actually. And pretty soon we'll get our little room decked out here. That's good. You see we chopped down some of the trees here. You can zoom out as this is like, I think as zoomed out as you can get. And then zoomed in, this is as zoomed in as you can get. You can also put, where are they? They might be, no, I think they're here. I just have to find them. There are, you can see how it's all dark and shadowy. You can actually, oh, we ran into some water area. So we're going to actually get busy and build us a library. We're going to put one there, one there, one there. And of course they take wood. And the next thing we can do to kind of enhance them is to build better floors around it. If I hover over, you notice our library efficiency is 95%. 95%, or this was 93, this is 93. So we can go into our floors and go into our wooden, and we're just going to literally just cover the floor of the dungeon now, or of that room. I'm going to put it on pause again. Is now up to 112% and 109% and 109%, it looks like. So that's the way you enhance areas and make them better. The other thing we want to do is actually get our, that's not it. Treasure chest, bed, training room, ritual room, base there, installations. Here they are. Torch. So we're going to build a torch on a couple places on the wall. I don't like where this one ended up. So let's try that. There we go. And then we'll kind of do that around a few of our other areas so it's easier for us to see what's going on. There we go. All right, looks good, looks good. We'll put some in here as well. Put some on the back wall. Nope, the back wall, I said. Installations torch. Try again. No, try again. There you go, thank you. There we go, beautiful. All right, so we need a training room so we can start trying to recruit some uh, some creatures to our dungeon. You can see population is 1 of 10. There'll be messages that pop up here at the top of the screen. I believe that 1 is us. So we have room for other creatures. We just need to kind of entice them into our dungeon and say, hey, come check us out. We're super cool over here. So what we're going to do is we'll do a training room. And oops, we need to dig it out first. So let's do this. And then if I shift, click, there we go. All right, take them off pause. You'll see our minions run back down there. Actually, you know what? Let's just do like that. That would have been easier than sending our minions all the way around. We also need some more wood, so we're going to chop down these. We want to keep our minions busy as we can. Alright, so put it on pause again. So yeah, in the beginning it's a little bit pausey because you don't want to get off to a bad start. You don't want to forget things like I have already done. But one of the things you can do is go to the sorcery tab and spend our mana. If we click on sorcery, so the keeper can learn spells while in combat and other situations. You can cast them when you are in control of the keeper. Here's the different spells. That's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you, where is it? Library. That's what I wanted. So in the library, we can spend our mana on geology, sorcery. So geology is discovering precious ores in the earth. So right now everything's black. We can't see it. But eventually we'll figure out how to find iron and steel and stuff like that. Sorcery allows us to store in basic spells. Pig breeding will feed our minions. Crafting, build a workshop and produce basic equipment. And alchemy, which will build a laboratory and produce basic potions. So first thing we want to do is maybe get some geology going and some crafting. And you can see we're still at 113, so we'll get... Traps are pretty cool to help protect yourself. We don't have any creatures that have come in that can learn sorcery yet. So, of course, we can save up. Let's just save up. We're at 113. All right. So now we'll take it off of pause. You'll see our little thing, our little guy, every time he kind of touches the library, we get more mana. Hopefully. That's the game plan anyways. If we go back over here now, we can build us a trading room. There we go. So we're going to make a wooden dummy because that's all we can afford right now. We're going to put out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to put out 6 wooden dummies. The size of your room and what's in your room will determine what kind of creatures you will get. Minions are sitting around doing nothing, so let's have them come out and keep chopping down trees. Let's see if we zoom out a little bit. Look, we got some iron ore back here, right? So what we want to do is not do that. What I want to do is something like that. And then we dig all this iron ore out. There we go. Make it happen. Make it happen. So right now, basically all we're getting is wood, so that's all we can do. Let's add some torches into our room here. So we can see that area. We'll add a torch in the hallway there. We'll add, that looks pretty good. So you can see we're going to start getting some iron here shortly. Okay, so let's see if we're going to get anybody to come join us. Oh, here's some granite. So we'll hold the shift key down this time. There we go. Actually, while you guys are there, go ahead and make that. We'll just turn this into a room, right? Might as well. So they'll dig out the granite, and then we'll have another room for other things. So we'll have, you can do beast lair, which will get you access to like beasts, wolves, bears, things that are kind of beasty. Ritual rooms give you like demons. Graveyard gives you undead. Prison will allow us to capture enemies and keep them. Oh, and there's little hints down there in the bottom right-hand corner. I didn't even see that. So, beast sleep here. So, we still haven't got anybody to come join us yet. That's kind of disappointing. We're getting some more mana. So we can go back into library. We can do the pig breeding, which will feed our minions, traps, basic spells, alchemy. Let's do basic sorcery there, so we can start learning a few spells. It is our guy's doing this. He's actually leveling up. No, he's not leveling up. I'm sorry. That's training. That's what the training room does. Is lets you level up. So, bed. Humanoid minions sleep here. Torture room. Orders. Oh, it's auto saving. So you can see we have some granite up here now. We've got some iron up here. We need to make a workshop, which we're actually going to do. Boom, right there. And then I'll hold shift. There we go. That'd be our workroom. Structures for storage. So installations, we can put things like door. So we can put a door here, and a door here, and here, and here. So when the enemies come in, they're going to have to choose which way they're going to go. This way, this way, this way, this way. Put a door down there and a door down there. So yeah, they take a lot of wood, but it's going to help hopefully secure us a little bit better. The other thing we can do is we can actually create an eyeball. An eyeball will allow us to see, whenever our minions are not there. You can see we're only seeing where our minions see. So we're going to put an eyeball out here, like that. So we should be able to see most of the area. Now notice it is now turned nighttime. So certain creatures work better at night than during the day. Let's see, do we have any other? Nope, not really. Okay. You know what we're going to do is we're going to make, we don't have enough carpet, we don't have gold, but this is stone, which give us +4. I think, oops. I'm going to cover this room with stone, hopefully. Get out of the way, minion. There we go. So now our dummy efficiency is 136%, which is very important when you get monsters to help you. They will come, well, some of them will come trained and they'll level up. And the better your efficiency is on your training dummies, the more or the better chance. Did you guys finish this? Might be nighttime, that's why I can't see anything. Oh, you can actually see the area we can see. It's kind of light though, because it's dark outside. All right, so what else are we gonna do here? Um, let's see. Oh, we got another resource over here, so that's good. And then we're gonna just that, like this, like this. And right now I'm basically just gonna cut out another room here since we'll have the area already dug out. We'll just make it into a nice little room. Our minion morale is boosted when they are commanded by the keeper. Okay. Well, our keeper is busy getting us mana, thank you. So, oops, wrong one. We want the library again. Oh, we need bigger library. That's right. So each one of these will let you research one thing. We've already researched 3, so we need more. We'll make a whole bunch more in there. It's going to take a bunch of our wood. So, oh, hello, what is this? That is a, stop moving, pause. Deer, okay, good. So we're going to just chop down some more trees, keep our minions busy. Let's see if there's any other resources we know about. Doesn't look like it. Now there are, if we go back to this, you will notice, library, there's advanced geology, which, is going to allow us to see more of the resources out there. We haven't got anybody to come in yet, so I'm a little disconcerting that I'm missing something here. So maybe I need the... let's dig or cut. Alright, we need... Okay, why didn't we build these guys? Hello, up here. You need to build these because I need to research pig breeding. Maybe that's why we don't have food for the minions, so... trying to get in some creatures that will be good for us. Alright, so now we can do it. Let's do some pig breeding and traps. Alright. So down here, we're going to make a, there we go. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll make it 5 by 5, okay? There we go. Make it 5 by 5. Conquer an enemy tribe or torture some innocent beings for more mana. Okay. Alright, so you can see we're getting pigs in now. I have a training room. That should attract some... maybe we need beds. Maybe that's the other thing we're missing. Alright, let's dig out... Alright, dig that out. And then I'll put in a couple beds. 60 wood. And we'll put a bed, a couple beds in there. 3 beds. That's fine. You need weapons for your minions. An orc? An orc joins our forces. Alright, so where are you, Mr. Orc? Here we go. Alright, so now we're up to 2. So we click on him. Here he is. Bulgrod, the orc. So we can take control of him. We can rename him. We can say, nope, we don't want you. Go away. Here's all of his equipment. Right now he doesn't have any equipment. Here's his stats. He comes as level 5 to us. He has +3 unarmed attack right now, because obviously we don't have any weapons. Things he can do are melee weapon, he can craft in the workshop, and he can forge in the forge. So I really want him. So here's the things we can tell him to do. He can sleep, he can train, and he can eat. And he can craft, and nope, he can't craft. So take that off and take that off. So he'll eat, sleep, and train. That's pretty much it for him. All right. So take it off pause. Here he comes. He's our minion now. He's our first guy. So he'll eat, he'll sleep, and look, he's going to come in and eat a pig right off the bat. And now we'll start training. And then I'm going to put it back on pause. So right now he came in at level 5. Right now he's 0.0536. So every time he hits one of these dummies, he'll go up in a level. So just have to let him train, and he'll go up in levels. So we're trying to attract goblins are really good at creating. We need a workshop room, right? So let's create a workshop. I'm going to put it on pause for a second again. Workshop, where are you? Workshop. We don't have a workshop. We need to get, what do we need to get? Library, treasure chest, Piggersty bed, training room, manufacturers. Here we are, workshop. So we're going to put in a couple of those, and we're going to put in some stone floor, and hopefully get those looking pretty nice. And then we'll put in a couple torches in the corner so we can see when our guys are working. Oh, I don't like that one. Put it over here. No, I said over here. Really? You want to be a pain in the ass, don't you? All right. Now take it off pause. Come on, minion, get down here. How much wood we got? We got a bunch of wood. Okay, so pause again. So an orc shaman joins our force. So where are you? Here you are. Oops, gotta zoom over to you. Here you are, orc shaman. So the thing with these guys are they can do sorcery, which are learning spells. They can craft items in a laboratory, and they can produce mana at 40%. So we can get another guy helping produce mana, or we can have him go into a laboratory and start working on that, or you can start learning spells. So eating, sleeping, crafting, studying, and being whipped. So we will not have him craft or be whipped. We will just let him learn spells and gather mana for us. Oh, hey, we got another orc somewhere along the line came in. So now we got 2 orcs. Good for us. Problem is we need to get a forge. Do we have enough? No, that's not what I want. I want manufacturers. Forge we need. Oh, we probably don't have, we haven't learned, probably need something from the library to learn ironworking, I bet. Build a forge, yep. So we need 180 mana. So once we get 180 mana, we can build a forge, and we can have one of the orcs go over there and start making equipment for all of us. But here comes another shaman. We're up to 414. Notice, I'm going to put it on pause again. But notice that we started with 1 of 10, and now we're up to 4 of 14, because when we built the piggery, you can see down there it says increase minion population limit by up to 4. So based on the size, notice how it says up to 4. So if you make a small one that's like 3 by 3, you might only get 2 extra population. If you make it 4 by 4, I think it's like 3 population. If you make it 5 by 5 or bigger, then you get 4 population or something like that. You'd have to check out. Why are okay? I was gonna say, why is it all dark, guys? Oh, we ran out of stone, I believe is what happened, right? Yes. All right, so we need to. All right, well, I think that's a good start. So we shall see. I'm going to go ahead and put this on pause. I know this video went a little bit longer than I planned it on it, but we started getting all these guys in, and I wanted to show you what that was about. So you can see this guy over here now is training. We're going to start getting mana in a lot better because now we have ourselves, ID Jester the Keeper, and the Orc Shaman. But when we're over here, we're not training, we're not leveling ourselves up. In fact, can we train? Let's see. Yes, we can actually train if we wanted to level ourselves up, which we might want to do if we can get a couple shamans. Get a couple shamans in here. They can generate our mana, then we can come over and train and level ourselves up. Try to get some equipment. We actually have +1 robes. Oh, that's cool. The shaman comes with nothing. We actually produce mana at 100%. Notice this guy only produces at 40%. So we need a couple of them. They're not great at producing mana, but they're better than nothing. So every creature kind of has its, advantages and disadvantages. First of all, each of them take up a slot, right? But the orcs are great at fighting and taking out other creatures because they're pretty good. They can do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but they're not going to be able to use the workshop efficiently, I guess is the best way to put it. So they're actually called Greaskins in the game, but notice his name is Garmaz the Orc. So, anywho, we'll see you guys next time here in Dungeon. See, I've done it. KeepRL Early Access. Um, this game is just on the way, and it's really cool. And like I mentioned, you can actually go and download a free version from the website, but of course, it doesn't come with graphics, sound, or music. So you can try it out if you wanted to for free. All right, folks. See you next time. Thanks for watching.